I got bread and oil. Mm. That's pretty good. Guys, the guy at the thing, while I was waiting, because I was waiting at the bar or whatever, he's all like, "Are you 21?" I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Oh." And he was like, "Are you sure?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I like just pulled out my ID and I was like, "You have my ID right here. Do you want to look at that or whatever?" He goes, "No, like I believe you. It's just that, you know." And I was like, "Oh, I'm just waiting for my to-go order or whatever." He was like, "Yeah, for sure." And I was like, he was like, "Yeah, sorry about asking about for your ID and all that stuff, or that you had to pull out your ID or whatever." And I was like, "Yeah, but the last time I sat here, like they didn't let me sit here after I showed them my ID, so I was just showing you, just, you know." He was like, "They did?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Oh." But yeah. Time goes by so slow when you're at work. As soon as I'm on break, that shit goes by so fucking fast, bro. So fucking fast. So irritating. But yeah. I'm like, I haven't been gone for that long. I have 10 minutes left. I wasn't even supposed to have 10 minutes. Like, at the max, I was supposed to have, what, like a 15? I was gone for like, yeah, I was gone for like 10 minutes before that. Yawn. A good thing that their bread is only like $4. And it's really good. But sometimes you get sourdough bread from other places, and the bread is hella like like it's not good sourdough bread, you know. It just has like a weird taste. I don't get, you know, bread from every place, and even then, none of the breads are ever like super consistent. Even for like white breads, like just simple little French white bread, whatever. Even that's like super hit or miss. That's why when it's super good like this, I'm like, oh my god, thank you. And they didn't give me a big ass thing of oil like last time. I ate all the bread before I finished the oil. Or whenever they're like in that little tiny ones like this, I always finish the oil. And I still have a bunch of bread left over. I wonder what I'm gonna eat tonight though. Probably is bread. This would be a really good like cheesy bread. I think that's what I'm gonna go home, make some chicken, simple baked chicken, and then just have it with the bread. I can do a little bit of vegetables or something. I don't know. I'm like gonna have to get into work 15 minutes later just so I can eat. Because there's all this fucking traffic. For some fucking reason, like all this fucking traffic on the fucking freeway. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Let me just get off on this fucking exit. Take this down so I can hurry up and get to work, right? That entire exit was like down to one lane, like the entire street. I was like, bro, like what the fuck? So that took like forever. And then I had no idea where I was at. So I'm still trying to like look up and see like where I am. You know? So they had that one street all blocked up into a lane. And the whole other street was, you couldn't go down that street at all. So we all had to like turn into the other one. So I'm like, okay, great. Now I really don't know where the fuck I am. And I had the entire like middle blocked out too. So there's only one lane going this way, one lane going this way, and that was that. So now I really don't know where I am, because my original plan was just to go down the original exit in street, take that down. You know, I know where I'm going or whatever. But no. So I go down, still trying to figure out where I am. It says that I have to go down like this exit or whatever. So I was like, okay, let me go down that fucking exit. I go down that exit. Or I tried to, but nobody lets me in, so I ended up missing it. So I was like, okay, whatever. I made a U-turn, went into what I thought was the exit. It was not the exit. Had this car almost like fucking sideswiped me because he can't read that the fucking lane merges into one. By the way, nobody ever like pays attention to that shit. It like pisses me off, because then they get mad at you like you did something wrong. I'm just like, I didn't do shit. You're the one that can't read fucking like directions. Like, that's what it's there for. I swear I'm like the only person that like actually reads that. Like, it's fucking ridiculous. But yeah, I got that. And then as I'm like getting off to get into work, there's like really big street or whatever, and it only goes right, and it's a no turn on red. I'm like chilling, I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, like just wait for the light to turn green or whatever, and this fucking car behind me starts going, and it fucking scares me, because I'm like, what the fuck, like it's like a fucking car like coming towards me or some shit. So I'm like all looking like the fuck, like what the fuck is happening or whatever. Like, no, he's all like getting mad at me because I'm not fucking going, even though it says no fucking turn on red. So I'm like looking back at this guy like, hello, like you don't see the fucking sign or whatever. And then he's just all like, oh my god, and you just see him doing this like this fucking car. Fucking stupid ass. I swear. We all know where he's from. So now I'm hella late. So now I'm just trying to eat something so I don't fucking pass out at work. So I'm eating chicken Alfredo. I just ate all my applesauce, so good. I also have a blueberry muffin. I'll probably eat this in my 15 later on or something. But yeah, I'm like, bro, it's everyone's deal today. And like, I always try to like see what's the best routes to take. But for some fucking reason, I forgot to turn on the Alexa. For some fucking reason, whenever I just get to my car, like my Wi-Fi is so bad for some reason. And so it takes forever for it to load, for me to check to see what's the best way to get to work or whatever. Sometimes, you know, it'd be hella traffic or some shit. But yeah. That's why I'm just like, I should probably start doing that before I leave the house versus when I get into my car. But my car, like, house, it's like right there. Like, I don't need to do that. Like, the Wi-Fi should work just as fine. Damn, this shit's done. But yeah, now I'm say because I gotta go to work all day. So is this applesauce inside of my chicken Alfredo? Oh my god, it is. Whatever. It's not that big of a deal. But yeah. So yeah, just gonna hurry up and eat. My manager's gonna be all like, what the fuck? Like, why aren't you in yet? I'm just gonna be like, I didn't get to eat. I was in traffic all day. Oh, you can't really tell. I can't really tell. I'm not acting now. I'll go back to this on my lunch. I mean, my 15. Ow. The side of my heart hurts so fucking bad because I haven't eaten anything all day and I'm fucking hungry. Like, I'm hella hungry, but anyways, I was really craving like some boba. So I was like, okay, let me go see what this is about, whatever. Because I had a free Starbucks drink reward or whatever. So I got this. That what it looked like. And it's so good. It tastes exactly like the matcha latte you would get in a boba place. And so I want to document this so I can get this later on. A venti iced matcha latte with salted caramel cold foam with oat milk, light ice, 2 pump chai, 1 pump, add dark caramel sauce with 6 matcha tea powder and extra caramel drizzle. And then since there's like little caramel things like kind of just like roaming around in here, it kind of like gives off that same like effect of the Starbucks. No, of the boba. So you're tasting like the pieces of the caramel and it kind of, I don't know, like replicates that same feeling. And I got this for free. So I'm happy with that. I don't know how long I can survive without no food. I mean, I ate like 3 eggs this morning, but that was this morning. It's 5 o'clock now. Yeah, I don't know, man. I always tell myself, okay, I'm gonna have this for lunch, and then I just never end up bringing it because I end up, it takes me a whole hour to get ready, like getting up, getting my breakfast, doing my whole skincare thing or whatever, and then getting dressed and all that stuff. It takes a fucking while, not gonna fucking lie. But yeah, that's all I have for today for me. But anyways, it's been about 8 days, I believe. Yeah. 8 days, and yep, about 8 days. A lot of stuff has happened. I've got like 14 minutes. So I'm gonna try to go through the entire 14 minutes. Okay. Since November 10th, I've gotten a car. Pretty cool, whatever, you know. It eats up like literally all of my paychecks. So it's like, oof, you know. It's a little bit unsettling, but that's okay. But at least I have a car now, so I'll be able to do a little bit more things or whatever. I'm gonna see if I can move a couple of things around or something like that, because I applied for my license for like marijuana or whatever, for my agent card, and I want to try and see if I'm still waiting for the application to come back, but it's like $60 for the fingerprints. I'll have $60 to do that, so I'm just kind of like waiting until I can get that money, whatever. And so I'm like trying to figure out what it is I can do so I can get like $60 freaking dollars. So put in my application, took my picture, everything. I just need my fingerprints. Okay, cool. So I was looking into this thing called like Upshift or something like that, and I go to orientation for that on Tuesday morning, so we'll see what that's going about. But apparently pick up like any shifts whatsoever, like if they're available, and then you just go in and you work or whatever, which I think is pretty cool. So that should be fun, you know, just until I save up to get my fingerprints, and then from there I'm obviously gonna go to like some dispensary or whatever so I can use my card. So I have that going on Tuesday, and then after that, I think I missed like 2 days where I didn't wash my face. But I feel like it's low-key getting kind of better. Like, I can definitely see it kind of like... I'm not gonna do it in this light. I have to do it in my mirror. But, it's definitely been having like a difference for sure. Like, a huge difference for sure is the fact that I used to have like really, like, I'd always want to itch my skin all the time. And then once I started, you know, washing it and all that stuff, it's definitely like gotten better. Like, I don't feel like I have to itch it as much. I don't feel like I have to like prick at it as much, so that's good. I'll definitely have to start making my using my little certificate thing, because I got like a certificate thing a couple months ago for like $50, and it's like for like skincare. They do like beauty treatments or whatever, and so I feel like that'd be pretty cool to do. It doesn't expire till February, so I probably should start like scheduling it. I will schedule it, yes, so that I can use it up, because I paid $50 for it, and the worth of it is like $500 because they were having a promotion. Yeah, and then I feel like ever since I've got the car, I've definitely been a lot more happier for sure. I'm not like, you know, oh hell no, girl, you know, because I'm not like on the bus or anything like that, so I've definitely been doing like a lot more things, but not like anything extravagant. I mean, I've been like going to McDonald's for $1 fry. That's it, you know. or just hanging out at the mall just cuz I can, or this little pizza place I've been going to. Like, if I don't get out the house, if I'm not gonna do anything all day, I'll just try to go to like the pizza place, order a little $12 meal and just, take a little stroll over there so I can get outside or whatever. And it's been helping for sure. I definitely feel a lot more like happier, whatever the fuck. God. The day's been a lot more fulfilling for sure. So we've been going to the gym like a couple of times. I think we've been there about like 2 times, which still counts because we're getting into the hang of it or whatever. Like early in the morning, and honestly, it's not that bad. Working out is not that bad. It's actually really, it's a good like little stress relief for sure. And then I'm not even in there for, like an hour or something. I'm in there for like 30 minutes, maybe 20 or something like that. Just doing a little bit cardio and weights or whatever. So I've been doing like a lot of this. I did like a lot of like this. And then I've been doing a lot of that where you like pull it down and then you just kind of go like that, whatever. Been doing that, and then it's definitely gonna take some getting used to. It's not that bad, honestly. I think I quite like it a lot, to be honest. Since I got my car, I've definitely visited back about 2 times or whatever. Everyone's still up that for some reason, so I'll definitely have to like schedule that into my plan, whatever. And slowly but surely, yeah, I've been trying to make like a little, do this on this day, do this on that day, do this on this day, whatever, just to kind of see like what works out for me or whatever. And I guess it's been kind of helping a little bit. That's good. And then like as far as my face goes, I've been washing it every day, but not like every morning and night. Because when I wash my face, I wash it at like what? Like as late as like 1 a.m. Because that's when I'm done like eating and all that stuff. So I'll do it at like 1 a.m. And then sometimes I'll have to wake up in the morning at like 8 or something like that. 8:30 so I can get out to go to work and all that stuff. So I wouldn't do it that morning. But then when I get home and all that stuff, like later on into that night, I'll do it at night. And then let's say if I do it in the morning, I just won't do it at night. Like, I don't know. Just because I feel like, I don't know, it's like such... It's just very overwhelming for sure. It's something gonna take some getting used to for sure. It does feel good when I do my face or whatever, but I'm not like used to it, so that's why I'm like super like, oh my god. 4 minutes. But yeah. And then I got my little introduction to computer science going on. It's actually quite easy. At least like the terms and all that stuff, like the introduction. Like, it's pretty cool, And by the time I was done with that, I started at like 4 o'clock. Ooh, yeah, I started out like 4 o'clock. I didn't finish until like 1 a.m. and I was still trying to like mess around with Scratch and all that stuff because I was trying to do like my notes and just some stuff I didn't understand, so I had to like keep rereading stuff because I was like, oh, I don't get this. But eventually in the end I got everything clicked to me, which is really good. And so later on or whatever, hopefully today, I hope I'm up to it today. I would definitely like to at least play around the Scratch if I don't do my next class, because the project is due at the end of this year, and you have to like make like a video, and you have to make like a video, and then you can show off your project or whatever, and it has to meet like these little requirements or whatever, which isn't a problem. I think it'll be fun to look at. No, I'm not quite sure what it is that I want to make my little game about. Because they say you can make like a little story or like a little interactive like story or like an actual game. I'm not quite sure what it is that I want to do, so we'll see how that goes or whatever. How that all works out. I was like playing around with it, seeing what goes where, see what works with what. It's a little bit confusing right now, but I'm sure like it's just my ideas right now. It's not like there, so I really don't know what it is that I want to do. Because if I had a set like idea, my goodness, if I had like a little set idea or whatever, then I can be like, okay, so I want this to happen, I want this to happen, I want this to happen, I want this to happen. That means I need this script and this script, this variable, this block, whatever the heck. And so that's why I'm like trying to figure it out, like what it is I want to do. I kind of want to make like a little dress-up game, like a little cute dress-up game or whatever. I don't know, we'll see. And I also really want some boba. Like super bad. There's a lot of things I want. Like, chocolate and, just some sweet stuff. But I can't really have it because I don't have any money because I just paid everything for my car. The next paycheck, that's just gonna like eat everything up. That's why I'm just like, bruh. But the next time I get paid, it'll be right before or on payday, so hopefully everything works out. I gotta go. So I haven't done one of these in so long. That's okay. I'm trying to be more consistent about it. Try not to be that loud because I have a guest outside. That's why. But anyways, lavender chai with oat milk, and yeah, with oat milk. Nice, whatever. I also bought one chocolate chewy dips granola bar and 2 peanut butter and chocolate chewy bars. So yeah, the reason why I bought those ones, this one's like this, was because the chocolate ones, like, it's a little bit too chocolatey, but I still like it. So it's good to have like half and half, like we're half right now and a half later. And this ones I can just eat whole because they're super good. And a banana. I ordered all of these bananas, like $35 worth of bananas, so I can start selling it or whatever the heck. And it was so embarrassing because when I went in to the Uber to go get it, because it was for pickup, I did it for pickup, so I got into the Uber and went to the grocery store, did the pickup, but they didn't come out until like 10 minutes later. And the Uber guy, he's just all like, oh my god, like, are they on their way? Can you call somebody? Blah 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 blah. And I'm like, yeah, I can, but it says like right here that it's only gonna take like a minute for them to come out, and think it would take like 10 minutes, you know what I mean? So I'm just standing there like inside of the car, like super awkwardly, just in silence. He didn't want to talk at all. I was trying to talk to him, but he didn't want to talk. Just fine. And then as soon as I called up the store, the girl was like, OMG, I'm so sorry, like, I got caught up with all these orders, and everybody came at once, so I couldn't really like go out. She was like, do you want me to go out right now? I was like, yes, please, like, come as soon as possible. The Uber driver was not happy. He was so upset. I won't blame him though. I don't blame him though. It was taking forever. And at the same time too, it's like, why can't you talk to me? Like, I'm trying to start conversations and all that stuff, and he's just like not wanting to make conversation. And on top of that, he was just like not talking to me, even when I freaking sat in his car for 10 minutes. I don't know, I feel like that's kind of awkward. DREs?
Envelopes.
It should be in the first drawer. Anyways. At least I got everything that I needed. But what I do still need is I need like a little whisk. I mean, like, yeah, I could do it by myself and all that stuff, but even with the electric mixer, it's just like, it's so much work and I get so tired. And I'll be tired either way, but at least this one will be faster. More fast, yeah. So I had to get that. Then I have to get some mixing bowls. And then I probably should get like a little piping bag if I can, or at least some measuring cups. You know, so I want to measure out everything. You know, it's about that big. I can put like, you know, a little layer right here, put it all around, and then put like maybe like half cup, another layer, half cup, and then layer on top like that. And then just make sure I put it like all around too. Cause I can do something like that as well.